What's up, guys? This is Ross. And last time I got my CCNA, I decided I definitely need to get a job and I definitely need to create my own home lab. But actually, take it one step further and create my own isolated home network. Last time, I was able to unbox the equipment, that Cisco router, that Cisco switch. Everything came out of the box looking great. Now it's time to take it to the next step, and we just got to diagram out that network topology. Just draw the network. I admit, diagrams can be complicated, whether it's sheet music or football plays or blueprints. There's just so many shapes, so many lines, so many colors, so many X's and O's. It can be overwhelming. It can be like looking into a jello mold or a gelatin dessert at some potluck at Thanksgiving or church. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be like that? Well, diagrams can be simple too. All you need or should need is a sheet of paper and a Sharpie. So yeah, my network is going to consist right now of 4 devices. The Cisco router, the Cisco switch, you got the Netgear Nighthawk, that's going to be the access point, and then you got that NAS, that network attached storage. So let's go ahead, we'll just diagram it out right now. All right, I like to use a circle. We're going to use a circle for that Cisco router. The Cisco router I have has 3 ports, 1 in the front, 2 in the back. So I'm hoping to make an ether channel to the switch. We'll do a nice big square for the switch here, like that. That Netgear Nighthawk on the back, it has 4 Ethernet ports. I'm hoping once I switch it over to access point mode or bridge mode, I'll be able to make an ether channel out of that as well, from the switch to that access point. So we're just going to draw 4 lines here. We'll do a little rectangle for that Netgear Nighthawk. And then we just need 1 line, 1 Ethernet cable going from the switch over to that NAS, that network attached storage. We'll go ahead, we'll do that now. Blam. Might as well label it. I like to do like an R for router. Put the word switch in there on that switch square, and then we'll write AP for access point, and then I'll just put in NAS for NAS. Might as well go the extra mile, huh? And we'll do some end devices that can connect wirelessly to that access point. Get a desktop computer of some sort, draw like some sort of tablet. We'll get some wavy lines, get some smoke going. Always reminds me of Ghostbusters. Don't cross the streams. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the diagram. Pretty simple stuff. Blam. Nice. That's it. It's that simple. Now that I've got some ideas jotted down, the next step is I'd like to do a proper diagram in something like Microsoft Paint. Blam. All right. So I drew a diagram of the isolated home network using a Sharpie and paper. Now we're going to do the same thing. Well, I'm going to do the same thing in Microsoft Paint. Hopefully just real quick. Just kind of zoom out a little bit. Double check the size here. All right, 1080 by 1920, 1920 by 1080. Great, nice desktop size. Great, at least for me, for drawing this stuff. All it is just lines, circles, and squares. Right, that'll be the router. And Then this can be the Cisco switch. Get kind of a square there. A little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Okay. All right. Going to be an ether channel going from the Cisco router to the Cisco switch. All right. Forgot to make the square black here. I have a roll of Ethernet cable. It's a nice light blue Cat 5e. All right. And then that'll be the access point. It's got 4 Ethernet plugs on the back, 4 Ethernet ports. Make an ether channel out of that, hopefully. All right. Gonna get one last square for that NAS, that network access storage. Only has 1 port on the back there, so we just only need 1 line. All right. It's coming along. Let's do some labeling before I confuse myself. Change the size of the text. All right. Oh, I like nice clear fonts. Sure, Courier New is an easy one, but there's so many more now. Makes it clear and easy to read. That kind of sort of towards the center there. Get the NAS, that network access storage. And then let's see if there should be some room here just for the full word there. That'll be for the access point. Nice. Looks like, let's see if we can get this cable fixed. If not, that's fine. I don't know how that happened. All right. We'll go ahead. I want to label these ports. Oh, change those colors back. /1, 2, 2. So get an Ethernet channel going with that. Make it a little bit smaller so it's not too distracting there. All right. And then for the access point and the NAS, 48 port switch, so it'd be something cute like F44, port 44 through 48 for the access point. And then something simple like, just to play it safe with all the stuff going on, probably F03, maybe 4, going from the switch to the NAS, because gonna need the two ports on the switch to go to the router there, basically create that trunk. So yeah, might as well be responsible and mark that out as well. Absolutely. Haha, nice. There we go. Perfect. And then there's really no labels for the ports on the NAS, the network access storage, or the access point should be pretty straightforward there. Nice. All right, partying hard. Nice, nice, nice. Let's kind of list the VLANs here. Make it a little bit bigger. Want to make it easy to read for people. You can just kind of read it at a glance. Probably something like that. Something cute. There we go. And then we need a voice VLAN. Voice traffic is listed in all the jobs. I would not mind getting a Cisco phone or some sort of phone set up in the future, get some voice traffic flowing, so might as well set that up now. Get a data VLAN, audio VLAN for music, and a video VLAN. So make this list a little bit more readable here. Perfect. Nice, nice, nice. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much the diagram. As simple as I can make it, straightforward. Just to review, router, switch, the NAS, the NOS, the network access storage, the access point. We got the 4 cables going from the switch to the access point. Hopefully get that set up. We got the 1 cable going from the switch to that network access storage, and then hopefully I can set up an Ethernet channel, an Ether channel going from the router to the switch, getting that redundancy, as much redundancy as possible. Nice. Then we got the ports labeled from the router to the switch and the switch to the router. And then we got the ports labeled on the switch going to the access point, as well as that NAS, that network access storage. And then we got a list of the VLANs that we'd need for now that would have to be made. Obviously, as I do the configuration, there's going to be a default VLAN. We're going to have to set up the trunk, all that good stuff. But yeah, here it is, pretty simple and straightforward.